Hi guys, welcome back. Okay, so today's video, I thought I would do something a little bit different. In today's video, I wanted to take you back a few years. So for those of you that have perhaps only just discovered our channel and don't really know the backstory of everything that we've been through to get to this point, I thought this video would be a really great one for you to be able to catch up and see exactly what has happened. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to squish 2 or 3 years into one very small video for you. So let's go. Okay, so let's kick off by explaining exactly what the first plan for this house was.
So if you remember, if you have been following me, if you remember about 2, maybe even 3 years ago, we started a building project. It was our own project, and it was a 2-bedroom boys' quarters house that we were converting, and we actually wanted to convert it into 2 flats. That didn't quite go according to plan because it turned out that we needed somewhere to live. And so what we did was we moved into the 2-bedroom, and we still had loads of work to do in it, but we were fine working and trying to do it. But obviously we have kind of outgrown the 2-bedroom because there is 6 of us and we cannot fit in a 2-bedroom. Never going to work.
So we had grand plans for this new house that we were going to move into, and what we wanted was to maximize the amount of light that we had. So that meant that we had an inner circle, but it meant that we had to create a second circle in order to get more light coming through the hallway and into the house.
But you can kind of see down the back of the house there, they've actually just started creating another window. I don't know how clear that is. Let me just walk a bit quicker so you can get there. Right, so they've actually started creating another circular window at the front of the house. That's actually my little office in there that's going to be. I can't wait for that. I'm so desperate to have an office. It's unbelievable.
Now, as the project started to get further and further along, money began to become a problem. So we had to find creative ways to continue with the build, but not overstretch ourselves too much financially. So what we decided to do, because we're at the stage of decking, so what we decided to do was deck half of the house and do the other half later. So we would literally use the wood from one half of the house, move it along to the other, so we wouldn't have to buy double wood, and cast the other side of the house.
Terrible. This is the half of the house that we casted before, and this is the other half that needed to be done. So as you can see, they've got all the wood up the top where they've tried to cover it.
This arrangement, as in getting it ready for us to do casting. This is going to be all for the plumbing.
So the next thing that happened was we had lots of back and forth about this kitchen area that I'm standing in right now, because this kitchen area was actually not supposed to be here. This kitchen area was supposed to be originally upstairs. And the reason that we decided to move it was because upstairs was not going to be built for now, and it meant that we wouldn't have a kitchen, or would have to use the one downstairs, and I just felt that wasn't practical because we had plans to move into this one floor and use it as an apartment until the whole house was ready. We've moved the kitchen a few times. At one point the kitchen was actually supposed to be in the next room over there, but things changed, and we had lots of different plans and different thoughts going through our heads. So this whole area was definitely revamped a few times before we got the finishing product.
Baby, look what the hole I am in.
Next came the bathtub. Yes, some of you may remember that I had this on-camera debate with Kwame, and he was like, but who baths in a tub? And I was like, I do. When I want to relax, I want a tub, at least one tub in the house that I know that I can use when I want to have a little bit of self-care, a little bit of me time. I wanted to have a bathtub. My be-all and end-all bathtub is going to be upstairs, but because we're not there yet, I wanted one on this floor. So we started talking about a bathtub, but I wasn't sure if the bathtub would fit in the area that they had created.
The bath has to be long ways. Yeah. But then won't it come out too much?
No, we'll accommodate it from here, from the wall.
Because of the space of the toilet. Consider the toilet and the
yes. Oh, that's the toilet here.
Toilet,
Now, you may remember the nightmare that we had with the kitchen that we have downstairs. It was the most stressful experience that I had been through at that point. It was chaotic, honestly. So we decided that we didn't want to have that issue in this kitchen, and so we were looking for creative ways that we could get the kitchen that we wanted, the kitchen of my dreams, but without having to feel the stress and all the other stuff that came with trying to put a kitchen together, because I couldn't see a way forward. So what our initial idea was that we were going to fly in a kitchen from abroad, like a standard off-the-shelf kitchen, and we were going to have it fit here. So what we wanted to do was we wanted to create a concrete worktop, and that's when this idea came in. So we started designing a concrete worktop for here, and yeah, that's what we did.
This has already happened today. They've started to put in the concrete kitchen. So this is like a breakfast bar, and they're going to extend it a little bit more. And they've started doing the setting out as well. As you can see here, the wood that the carpenter has put along, that's where the kitchen is, the sink, is, right?
Now, when you're building, all kinds of funny things happen, you know, during the process. And I remember this one particular thing where I was like looking, you know, doing my inspections as project manager, you know. So I was going along and I was feeling the walls. I was like, okay, they're going to plaster in here. And I was looking at the walls. And then I saw that they had been stuffing cotton wool into the walls. Who does that?
What's that, cotton wool? You're filling the walls with cotton wool.
Okay, what Della just touched was a spider web.
No, did I?
Yeah.
No.
Spider's egg.
Oh, didn't know. Serious?
Yeah, it is.
I thought it was cotton wool.
No, it's not cotton wool.
Oh.
I don't know what they call it here. There's a particular spider.
Oh, that's gross, man.
So,
No, seriously. No, honestly, guys, that was not a part of entertainment. I seriously thought that was a piece of cotton wool.
no.
So after some time, the house started taking shape. You know, when you don't start seeing the blocks anymore and you start to plaster, everything looks very different. Suddenly, you kind of get a better feel for the space, you get a better feel for everything. And our dream was definitely coming together. Everything was being tied together. And just by plastering, the whole place, for me, just felt like it completely transformed.
Wow, this actually feels like a real room now, because before, I know it was a room already, but now it's been plastered. It just feels like I'm kind of starting to see the vision of what the room will look like. Before, it was a bit hard for me to imagine how it would be, but it just feels like it's coming together now.
Okay, so if you've been following up to this point, you will know that in the kitchen area, we had created the formwork to do the concrete worktop. There you go, it came in the end. Yeah, we had done the formwork to do the concrete worktop, and now we needed to kind of, well, this started off as a bit of an experiment. So Kwame had seen a concrete worktop being done before, but we weren't 100% sure. This was the first time we were going to do it ourselves, so we were kind of like putting the ingredients, we started putting the ingredients together in order to form the concrete worktop, which is what we did, and this is how it went. A lot of you already know that I don't speak tree, I don't understand tree. I would like to learn, and I will learn soon. One day I will get there, I will learn definitely. But on this occasion, I got my first lesson in tree.
Okay.
So it will be very, very strong. At the same time, when you're taking off the wood, it will be easy to take off.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't stick. Okay, can you repeat that for those of us that are British and don't understand what you said? Oh, you repeated it. Oh, okay. Mitumi kasa trio.
Don't worry, let
I agree. It, but it looks amazing.
You see that?
Wow.
We call the marble effect, baby. The marble effect.
Okay, so last year well, it wasn't a full year yet, but about 10 months ago, 9 months ago, I said on camera, which I didn't mean to say on camera, that we had a deadline to move into the house by December of 2020. I said it on camera, completely just innocently out there, and yeah, it just slipped out. It slipped out.
We're quite a big family, and at the moment we're like in a very small space, which is not suitable for us, and so we need to move. So we have this big hairy goal of we want to move to the next floor by December.
Now, I basically forced Kwame, because I was so excited about the house, I forced Kwame to whitewash the walls in the hallway. If you remember, I think we had only rough plasters, we hadn't done any entry or anything like that, but I really wanted to see what was gonna come of the whole area, because you know, you're told that, you know, when you paint something white, it opens it up. So I was just bursting with excitement. So I was like, come on, let's just paint. We had some leftover paint. So I was like, let's just paint the hallway white and let's just see what it looks like. So I got Kwame to paint the walls, and this is what it looked like. And guys, please pay attention to the white walls. Look at it, look at it, look at it. See? It's lovely. So you might have realized by now that, you know, I get quite excited over the smallest little things. So as they were doing the kitchen, I was like, I think they had just plastered. And so I was like, can I put my sockets on the wall? I wanted to put everything, I wanted to plug everything and do everything before it was really even time to be at that stage yet. I was just bursting with excitement. Now we need to go get the actual sockets to put on, or that comes later?
No, that's a
finishing.
That's a finishing item. So we're not ready for the finishing yet.
Why are you holding me back for? I really want to just put everything. I'm like, I want to put my sink in, I want to put my plugs in, I want to put the fan on the wall. I want to do all of it.
Because you keep saying, you keep talking about my sequence of works.
And then along came Alex. Alex was our POP masterpiece creator, and we were trying to keep this whole thing a secret from you guys. So we were talking to Alex on camera, trying not to reveal what was about to happen, and we were trying to press him for how long he reckons it was going to take him to create this masterpiece for us. And he gave us a date, but I really was not so sure, because I've been let down quite a few times here by tradespeople, and I wanted to see, and I believed he was going to be one of them.
POP master, I called it. Yes.
God willing.
Yeah, no, God willing. God is already done it.
Yes.
So it's for you to have that will to talk to God and do it.
Yes.
So he said 2 weeks, guys. Yeah, 2 weeks.
So my grand plans for December were slowly starting to slip away from me. I was forever hopeful, though. I was clinging onto the December dateline with my nails. Literally, I knew it was not going to happen, but I kept telling myself that it will happen, it will happen, it will happen, we're almost there. But obviously it didn't happen. We're now a year later for the next December. But it was good, because I think I needed that at the time. I needed to have something to work towards in order to keep going, and that definitely worked for me. But it just was never going to happen. December, we're never going to reach that deadline, ever.
So are they going to plaster all this part as well?
Yeah. Yeah. All this part is going to be plastered. Yeah, all the way up.
Okay.
All the way around. Yeah. No, you said you wanted to come in by December. Remember?
Yes.
Yeah, so we're trying to get inside by December.
Who remembers the septic tank? Now, I had so many questions about the septic tank, because I was like, why are you doing so many different compartments? Where's it going to drain to? How does it work? And I had like a ton of questions. But finally, eventually, it all got explained to me, and the septic tank went in, and it's been there, it's sitting there, and it's almost ready for us to connect to the house. It's not quite connected yet, but it's almost ready for us to connect to the house, and we can use it as soon as we're ready to move in up here.
Basically, what's happened is we decided to dig the hole bigger, and we're going to make that place into a septic tank, and we're probably going to build like a summer hut or something like that on top of it in the future. So yeah, I'm going to show you what's been happening, because it's exciting.
So next up was the toilets. Yes, the floating toilets. We went out, we bought the cisterns to go into each of the, let me say it properly, not systems, cisterns, to fit into each of the bathrooms. And this for me was a new thing. I mean, I've seen it, but I never really thought about how it actually works. How does it go into the wall? So this was a new thing for me.
So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, so this is basically the system that we just bought. And so
System, not system. System, yeah.
Okay. So this is the system that we just bought. So this will have the tiles cover it, so you won't see this.
Yeah.
So along the way, as I said already, I'm the one who decided to make a lot of changes as the house was progressing. And Kwame was very quick to remind me of some of the things that I had requested that probably, with hindsight, maybe I shouldn't have done, but it will work itself out, right?
What's this in the middle of the thing here? What's this here?
Yeah, okay, let's just go through the whole stage because you wanna go into it, so let's just do it.
Okay.
No, where are you going? Where are you going? Let's explain to you.
Okay.
Let's
Okay,
explain. Do you remember that do you remember this was a whole wall, isn't it? This was gonna be a big bath and a shower. That was meant to be the shower. You decided to make it into a cloakroom. Do you remember? Or did you forget? Anyway, the camera never lies.
Okay.
So that's what we done. Remember we reconfigured everything because you wanted a Juliet.
This was closed.
Yeah. So originally.
Okay, so we didn't get our 2 weeks for the POP design, masterpiece design to be created. We didn't have that. In fact, it took a little longer than that. But we did get there in the end, and take a look for yourself.
So guys, let me know what you think of the African map.
Next, we had to start talking about windows. Now, windows really terrified me because I knew that windows were going to be really, really expensive. So we shopped around a few different places trying to get quotes. And you can see that in some of the videos that we've done in the past. Eventually, we went with a window fabricator, and the day that he started bringing in the frames was like, I was just so excited because it was just like a big milestone for the house. And so I was really excited when they turned up.
Basically, this frame is actually meant to be for the downstairs main front door.
Yeah.
But obviously, because we haven't done all the other levels yet, there's no point in putting a door downstairs yet when we haven't like closed up the windows, we haven't sealed the entire house. So for now, while we're still working on this floor, we're going to put the main front door here and then we'll move it later. Yeah? So this is going to be our front door.
Yeah.
And as you can see, my beautiful window frames that I'm so happy about. So excited about having that.
So next, the electrical wires had to be put on the floor. This was new to me because I had not seen any of this process before. So literally, this was the first time I was ever seeing it. So they started laying the electrical conduit pipe things, I think that's what they're called, along the floor before we screed. And so they went around and they had been sticking tiles to the floor. And I was like, who's done this to my house? What's going on here?
They've put these gauges here, which is basically, what is this? So this is the screeding stuff.
Yeah, that's the level of the height of the screed that's going to come to. Remember, whenever you concrete, not everything is going to be perfect. You might be out by a couple of mil. So that one just showing you the gauge, the height.
So with building, there are always going to be ups and downs. And we have definitely had our fair share of both. And this, I think, was the one that stood out the most for me.
Welcome back. It's a bit of a sad one today because unfortunately it has started raining as we feared. You can see like in the kitchen living room area, over here you can see the rain has slightly come in. It's not too bad. This room's actually not too bad. You can see where the floor is wet all along here. Can you see it? So all along here the floor is wet where the water's just coming straight through the windows.
So in between all that, so that was the bad news. The good news was when I finally got to see the kitchen of my dreams. Oh my God. Do you know how excited I was to actually shoot this video? I was so excited because I finally, after all the talking and all the waiting, the months of waiting and preparing and the back and forth, finally got to show you our dream kitchen. Hey! me. Okay, so guys, this is the kitchen. You are finally in the kitchen. So I just want to give you a quick tour of this place. So now we're almost right up to date. The next thing we did was we decided to deck the upstairs of this house. So although we didn't necessarily start out with plans to do the next floor because we wanted to finish in here first, circumstances ended up being that we had to start decking for the next floor. So we began to raise the block work up, and we've decked the floor, and we decided to go for polystyrene, which you guys have seen not too long ago. Yeah, this is polystyrene.
Just make sure you walk, yeah, that's it, in between, yeah, the sections. Just walk on it.
It's only, you know what it is, it's springy where the mesh is.
Correct.
That's it.
But you're not...
Continuing with the laying of the polystyrene panels, and we're practically done. Can you believe it? And there you have it, guys. It has been such a journey, and you know what? I am so thankful for this journey that we've had so far. It has been one of the hardest things that we have ever had to do, building a house. And we have not finished yet. We are continuing to go. We are pressing forward. No one knows for certain what the road ahead is going to entail, but we're definitely up for the challenge, and this is where we are right now. So we're about to move into the house. You'll see that in the coming days. And everything's going great, absolutely great. I couldn't have wished for a better house. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the video. I hope it has given you a bit more insight into the journey that we've been on. It hasn't been an easy one, it's not been a short one. It is taking us a long time to get to where we have got to, but we are thankful for the journey. But anyway, guys, if you haven't already subscribed, please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button for me and the notification bell. And don't forget to like this video so more people get to see it. I'd really appreciate it. Until next time, I am out. Nudibaba.